Number 3, beautiful building to the left of flag central, as you see there. That flag is absolutely enormous. It's almost the size of a football pitch. Women's 67, men's plus 80s, all the heavyweight. And it put her out for virtually a year, and she's come back. She's won the World Championships, but I commentated on her first match and commented on it as well. And she said afterwards she felt tired, she felt exhausted, she didn't feel she had any energy. We've talked about this a little bit earlier. World Championship, she's won it, but she feels as if she's lacking a bit of energy, and this could be a great chance here for this athlete, Maryna Konieva of the Ukraine, who, you know, she herself has, she's not won a major title. She since 2012.
Just seeing Latela Mohammed in the background there, just cheering on. He got a bronze medal yesterday. And you mentioned that recovery from the ACL. That's huge.
Yeah.
It's a huge operation. She's had one on both legs to show up unfit, unprepared, and win the World Championships off the back of winning the European Championships. She fought in the Euros, won that, came back, fought in a little warm-up competition. It might have been Greece or somewhere like that, Serbia perhaps, and then won the World Championships. And that is testament not to physicality and technique, but mindset. And that is what's going to try and get her through here today, because Konieva, as you've said, a tough fighter and a good progress so far. Last minute bits of advice from Paul Green.
She was so, this is her second chance. We can't really hear what they're saying.
Sure.
I'm just going silent there to see if we get any words of wisdom. You didn't see it, John, but Bianca was 6-5 down with a second to go, and as she was actually being attacked by her opponent, which is unusual in that sort of scenario, and Bianca got a kick in and drew it level at 6-0 and then won on the golden point. Katarina Regent of Poland is our referee, and Walkden, in fact, she got a head kick in the golden point round, so she actually, the official score goes down as 9-6. Now the issue that Walkden had, she had an athlete who had prepared just for her. Every time Walkden attacked, she had a foot swinging around her head. There's a head kick from Walkden.
Yep, she swings that one.
Well, she's asking for a card.
Yep.
I think that was on the side of the head, though. We've got a new sound effect for a card. The judges are up.
Yeah, there was a crescent kick over the shoulder from Walkden. It looked to make contact. Bianca in blue was certain that she had. Let's have a look at it here. They come into the close distance.
My initial impression, this was the side of the head, and this shouldn't be a card, and it is. And I've got a feeling.
There's the front kick, though, at the second phase. Misses with the first, brings it back on the second. And there's some contact. That is the reason for the card.
Yeah.
Inconclusive.
I think it's the helmet again. We are going to have a replay. That's one side of the helmet, and here's the other side. And I think a replay card's coming.
Well, Mohamed Agroubi is going to try and decipher here the fact that the card has been played, the head kick has been scored, and obviously the Ukrainian coach disagrees.
Well, the judges have done Great Britain a favour here, because I think this will be accepted. But what would have happened if the judges had have said no 3 points? Great Britain would have played the card and lost it. And I've got a feeling they're going to look at this and say, no, it wasn't a face kick, it was on the side. And I think Ukraine, yep, he's nodded his head. He knows that that's a good card to play. He's and it is accepted. Well, use of the card is so important in this sport. We've seen it many times. And there you saw another example. The kick to the head guard has to be left to the electronic system. It is not something for the judges or the replay system to be judging on. So as long as if it had been a kick to the face, that would have been confirmed. But the Ukrainian scores with a nice little push kick there. Plenty of time to go here in this first. And Bianca was very, very close. To be honest, Pat was unlucky not to count on the electronics, wasn't it, John?
It was indeed, and she's had to step out here. Konieva, she'll take that Kyungo. But starting first, get the timing, get out. That's the advice of Paul Green. He's just aware of the head kick threat from the Ukrainian. As you said, the attempted headshot, a whisker away. But still very much a close match here. There's the front leg counter from Walkden. Tries to pick up the pace here. Front leg again, just failing to score. Grabs the leg a little bit there, gets away with it. Well blocked though from Konieva.
Yeah, she does well there. This is a good opening for her.
Good fake from Walkden, almost scoring with the turning kick underneath the guard there.
Yeah. That's going to be concerning. If you're the coach for the Ukrainian, you're going to be concerned there because Walkden just had a free shot at the vest and just wasn't hard enough to score.
Good front leg counter again from Walkden. Almost getting enough power to score there, just a little bit short on it. And you can see straight away the tactic of the Ukrainian. Get into that stance there. There's the counter underneath again. But Walkden having to undercommit with that one because she's aware of the head kick potential of Konieva.
Yeah, that move is going to be of concern to the Ukrainian. I'm sure the coaches might have a word with her there. So, Konieva leads 1-0. Early days.
It's a good match though. Good quality affair so far from both. And Konieva, she's good value for it. She concentrated. She found a simple shot. But Walkden, as we know, you've talked about the return to form and glorious gold in Chelyabinsk at the Worlds. But she has to be aware here of Konieva's covering skills.
Absolutely. Here's the coach.
Yeah.
Well, let the timing of the neck go down. Let the timing now, then you work. Punch, follow, second action.
So working over the knee.
As long as the leg's down. As long as the leg's down. She'll hold it a few times.
Yeah.
Then she'll go down. Make sure it's
Perfect
down.
advice there from Paul Green, world silver medalist, European champion as well. He's got the pedigree and he knows that the work of Konieva, she uses that front leg, holds it up, but the timing that Walkden has, the fake that she does to confuse, that's the key in this one. Fake as the leg comes down, then attack.
That's great advice there from her coach. And Walkden again.
Has to be a little bit aware though, she's holding the leg as well. Walkden has to use her footwork first, but obviously you mentioned that she was tired in previous rounds. There's that fake, a little bit more fake work needed. There's a couple of flicks to the body. A 4-0 lead now, but that will get cut to 3, and it looks like a sore one for Konieva.
Yeah, that's awkward land on the elbow there.
That's a bad one.
Well, it's the strange thing that's happening there is Konieva is touching the centre, and she's done it again. Just the lightest of touches. It doesn't even look like a kick.
But it's the distance at which she's thrown it at. She's got power behind it and accuracy. It's sustained contact rather than the power behind it that's scoring these points. And there it is again, underneath the guard. And Walkden just a little bit ragged at the moment. Just needs to calm down. So much time left in this match. But she's got to play to her strengths. Try and use her footwork. Put a bit of pressure on Konieva. But so far, it's been easy work for the Ukrainian.
It's been the accuracy, John, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's another one. Every time there's a counter-attack from the Ukrainian, she's accurate. She's really worked hard on her accuracy. And Walkden here, looking a little bit tired. She would do it 7-1 down as well. That's really not going to...
No, I think we've seen a typical example. We talked about that kind of World Championship hangover and just hanging another shot in there, the Ukrainian Konieva. Bianka Walkden just looks a little bit lost at the moment in terms of ideas, but she's a top-class fighter. She just needs to get her composure back. There's a head kick, very close, and she's deciding to get in close now and just work on fighting, and that's working so far.
Well, that one was given as a push, which, you know, Walkden scores 1 point there, but there's one back for the Ukrainian.
Yeah, the timing just off a little bit for Walkden here, but she's got another round in her, no question about it. Konieva, though, perfect game plan so far.
Yeah.
And Walkden hasn't got an answer for this leg until that back leg turning kick there. Much better distance, and it scores.
Well, big 6-point difference here. Walkden really has to do something in his third and final. She stumbles over there. She's looking actually pretty tired. She's put a lot of work in that second period.
Yep.
And she didn't get a lot of comeback. She didn't get a lot of points. Yeah, she didn't get the reward for it.
Yep.
And Konieva, well, this was expected to be a comfortable victory for Walkden. Konieva, the world number 19. She's not won a silver or a gold medal in any event, any lower ranking event, since 2012.
But it shows you how difficult Taekwondo is. There's never, ever, ever such a thing as a comfortable match when someone's trying to kick you. It's always complicated. On the form book, you would say yes, But in the reality, when you're on the mat and people are kicking and punching, it can always be awkward, especially when you are the heavy favourite. Getting to the top is one of the most difficult things, but staying there even harder. And Walkden, she's going to have to show her mettle here. Just looks a little bit ragged, but understandable given the circumstances. And a nice little reminder to Konieva there as she falls to the mat. But Walkden's still a live prospect in this one.
This sport can change so much. If we did stats in Taekwondo of a success ratio, Konieva would probably be on 90%. I think she's probably only had 10 hits on Walkden and scored 9. Walkden is probably on about 10%. It's incredible the difference. Walkden is the massive aggressor here. She'll get another point for Kyung-go. And there's another point. Yep. That will give her a lot of confidence. Now only 4 points the difference. And Konieva very much counter-attacking here now. She knows Walkden has to come in on her, and she's looking to try and pick Walkden off as she comes in.
Konieva has lost the momentum of this round here because it's 5 unanswered points. Doesn't matter how it's working, it's happening. And Walkden is just walking her down here and actually covering. The thing is, as you talked about, lack of reward for your shots, it was also the unforced errors, making it easy, leaving your arms hanging out there. But Walkden's got her game face on now and hasn't conceded a point for a while here, which is putting a bit of pressure on Konieva, and there's still time.
Well, this is exactly what happened in the first round match. Walkden was behind and had some real work to do in the final period. That just doesn't score from Walkden, and that was a spinning kick as well.
Yep.
That would have scored 3 points, and it was just before the threshold line.
There was an attempted head kick, and I think the Ukrainian coach is going to come up and ask for it. There was a flick to the face that definitely made a perceptible move back from Walkden. She looks as if he took one high on the chest guard, potentially on the chin.
Yeah.
Well, let's have a look at the video.
Yeah, video will be coming up very shortly, so.
Well, Konieva, I think, no, this is Walkden. I thought Konieva's arm was bothering her, but Walkden obviously just catching her breath here. It's very hot in the arena. I was down in the bowels of the stadium before, and it is toasty indeed. Well, let's have a look at the front leg here. Any contact? Looked like a neck kick.
That's the neck, yeah, that won't be given. But Walkden is definitely, like, this is probably a really good card for Bianca Walkden, and maybe the coach might be regretting this now, having seen it on the big screen, because not only has he lost the card, but he's also given Bianca Walkden a minute rest, at least. You know, we've had a good minute. She's here she goes.
It is rejected.
As we expected, and now with a minute to go.
Konieva picks up a couple of shots. There's a head kick from Walkden, and it's scored automatically on the card there. Excellent work there from the British fighter. She's back in this one, and there is a Kyung-go hanging over both of them. Now it's about concentration. Good punch there. It's a proper fight now.
It's one-way traffic at the moment. Walkden is doing all the attacking, and Konieva looks as if she's run out of ideas here. Walkden has got plenty of time to get back into this. That big head kick, but the Ukrainian again, just a little pick. Oh,
there's the headshot over the shoulder. Walkden had to cover there, lost one on the way through, and it was a good head kick from Walkden. Now the Kyung-gos are there. The work that is required from Walkden now is to cover, not kick. Use the front leg, employ Konieva's tactics against her. Get into that's the stance there, shift again, yes indeed, the open stance, pick up the front leg, block, kill the clock, and she's in prime position here.
Now Konieva has to do something.
Oh,
and she does, and there's another head kick, but it's not scored. But Konieva had to attack there, and Walkden might get a Kyung-go here.
She will.
Which will make it 13-12 to the Ukrainian. So the pressure is back on Walkden to do something. This has been a seesaw match.
The step-in back kick is always the one favoured by Walkden when she's in these positions. She tries to keep it simple. She's pushing Konieva back. Is she physically pushing her back? She's not. She's going to get the Kyung-go.
We're going to be tied at 13 apiece.
Sudden death, anyone?
5 seconds to go. Walkden looks to be out for the count. She's really tired. She's happy to go sudden death. Look at her. She's actually wobbling on the floor. She is done.
She's not done yet. She's absolutely cooked though. Guaranteed that one. She is exhausted, but reeling and rocking, but still the champion.
Wow, this is incredible. She is really in trouble here. That was a major effort.
Huge.
And, well, the coach for the Ukraine, there's the head kick. The coach of Ukraine who played that card has played into Walkden's hands. He gave her a minute rest at a vital time with 30 seconds to go. And Bianca Walkden, she's going to have the second. There's the second head kick. Moves the head guard all over the face.
And she's a champion at heart, and that's the thing with Bianca Walkden. We talked about the recovery from the knee surgery. I had a good chance to speak to her at length during that time, and I said to her, it's your heart that's the most important thing in Taekwondo. You've got to have the heart for the fight, and she's got that. It's natural to her. She never, ever, ever gives up.
And as you saw in that replay,
stab.
Well,
so that's the front leg push kick advice there from Paul Green.
But doesn't that say that Paul Green realises she's got nothing left, and he's just saying, do anything, just do anything to score, just get a stab, get something in.
Energy not important at this stage. It's just adrenaline, concentration. Cover so important from Walkden. But of course, Konieva just almost flicking one in there. First point wins, and it is the Ukrainian Konieva. Merited in the end. Walkden came back, but the Ukrainian took that front leg there and takes the win, deserves it, to be fair.
That was probably symptomatic of the early stage of the match. Maryna Konieva has the biggest result in her career, and look at her. She can't believe it. She wins by golden point. She was the massive underdog in that bout against the world champion. But there's no doubt that Bianca Walkden, you know, she's definitely suffering a world championship sort of post-win issue. Walkden loses out on the golden point there, 14-13. And there's the kick into the body. That's exactly it, as Konieva must have scored about 8 points that way. During the match.
Yeah, it comes down to covering, it just comes down to concentration, and when you're tired, that's the first thing that goes. And it's easy to say that, okay, Walkden was, you know, tired from the Worlds and so on, but credit goes to Konieva as well, because